I'm live. Good morning, YouTube. If you're watching this as a rerun, you can skip ahead 18.9 minutes. Yeah. Live on the tube. Got to. I'll either watch there or you want me to call back in on the other line? What are you calling Jamie? I'm going to call him right when you hang up. Oh, all right. Well, talk to you later. All right. See ya. Calling Jamie. Good morning, everybody. Well, all right. Oops. I need to do this stuff first here. Now I can go there.
Please dial a 1 when dialing this number.
Fine. Cranky old bitch. There. Morning, Scott. Morning, Waylon. It is cold in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm fucking cold.
I believe it. I believe you.
All right. So people that are watching on YouTube, if they watch this as a rerun, Gene Cox, he was like, how come you don't have any lights in that studio? All right. So I do, but it's way back there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look, if you can see in the windows right here, those were technically the outside of the house. Where I'm sitting was when they originally built this house in 1919. This was a covered porch. And so there's a whole bunch of windows on this other side. When I think in the 50s or maybe early 60s, they enclosed it with windows, not insulation. So when we redid the siding on the house, I wanted to tear it all apart and insulate it, but I wasn't allowed to. All right. So there is zero insulation. There is zero heat.
Oh my God.
So I have this behind me, this little space heater. And I'll tell you this. It's 32 below this morning when I woke up with a wind chill of 65 below zero. This little thing ain't doing anything for me out here.
I believe that, man.
Freaking cold.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I'm about ready to go and get my damn parka on here or something. I get my coveralls.
Shit, I'm feeling good. I got the sweats on, my hoodie, and I got my space heater going too.
You know, a lot of people don't realize how important, how much difference it was from the old days. There's an inch of horsehair in our roof. That's it. You take my thermal imaging scope and you scan this house, and you're just like, holy cow, are you losing heat? It is so
oh my God,
so cold.
I know my aunt and uncle are. They took over my grandma's place out there, and they took all the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, paneling or whatever, and all the insulation there was just like stacked up at the bottom. It collapsed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because a lot of it was like shredded newspaper and all that kind of stuff at that time.
Yeah, it looks like freaking mice piled it up in there.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have that.
Yeah, because I was going to say that was built in like 1950, I think. So that's both, 40 years after your place was built, something like that.
Yeah, it's a tad on the chilly side. And I mean, with the siding, we tried to cut holes in the side and blow insulation in.
Yeah.
But when they built these houses, they used, I don't know what it's called when you have your main runners, 2x6 runners going up and down on your walls, what they put inside the blocking, I think they call it. Well, they put so much damn blocking in, you'd have to cut literally 17,000 holes on one side of the house to get in between all the blocking. So it was not even worth it. Wouldn't do that anyway. So Brian Water says 34 below at his place. Good morning, gentlemen. Morning, Mike.
Morning, MVE.
Mike Wagner is filling in for Todd the God.
Oh, Todd's not up this morning, huh?
I don't know if he's feeling under the weather. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's at his.
I know yesterday.
But here's the thing: why should somebody that's been that constant on the radio for so many years have to work a weekend?
I agree,
Right.
man.
He's operations
you-
manager. He shouldn't have to do weekends.
Yeah, I mean, any day of the week or usually weekend, you walk in there and Todd's in there. So
Yeah. All right. Good morning from Dave from Minnesota. Good morning, Dave. Russ Hummelvig. 31 below down here. Sure hope it warms up before I head out to do chores. Yeah, no doubt. So yesterday, yeah, I thought I had the cat skin by its ass yesterday. So I clean out the shop a little bit, back my pickup in, put my 210,000 BTU NIPCO on a timer, tested the timer, the whole works, but I still forgot to plug the damn thing in. So hopefully it's going to kick on when we're done with the show. Oh shit, no. Yeah, it should right after the show. And there you go. This is my visibility. Snow and blowing snow, 14 below here. Where's here? Where's here at?
Yeah, I looked out and my driveway's kind of blowing in. So at some point today, I'll have to get on all my stuff and go out and clear that off.
Yeah, she's cold. Hey,
Because, you know,
hold on.
Yep.
Get your shot out. We're doing a shot here this morning. I got to get my ivermectin in.
You're getting all kinds of dings there on your.
Yeah. Dave says it's about 2 below in Minnesota right now where he's at. Jay Berg,
Lucky.
34 below. Wind chill is 61 below. 6 degrees from singing. Oh, 6 degrees from singing. It's 40 below, and I don't give a fuck. Got a heater in my truck. Come on off the rodeo. Yeah.
Oh God, I got the cough going on here this
Get your damn shot out. I'm waiting for you.
I got my coffee here. I don't,
One shot cap says good morning, Scott and JD.
Morning.
Wayne Moose says good morning. Cheers.
Hey, Wayne. Yeah, feels like 53 below here. Yeah, like I told you, straight temp. Well, it's colder than I told you before. Now it's 25 below.
I'll tell you this right now. Tin cup, I'm not a fan of. Okay. So if anybody says
your whiskey,
somebody brought it to me. So if I'm going to do a shot, that's what it's going to be because it's going to last me for quite a while here.
All I got is
I'll
BV,
tell you this
and I'm
right
not
now.
taking a shot of that.
This shit is like ice cold this morning. And
That's
it was
good.
just,
That's good.
yeah. And it's just sitting on my desk. Karen, good morning. John will get you on the air this morning in Coley. I am in Bismarck. Okay. Well, thank you, Karen. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
So John and KOLY, let's do this here. I'll give you a countdown coming up here in a little bit. Dan Brown, good morning.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I didn't see him at the Belfield Sportsman's landowner appreciation banquet. Man, we did.
Shooting his pistol.
We had a good time of that night. I doubt he was doing it at night, unless he's got indoor range. Although I have shot my pistol at night, if you know what I'm saying.
I was just gonna say, I mean, you just put it in the air and just let her fly.
Wayland Turnus, 27 below, wind chill 58 below.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's beach weather compared to what you're in, though, Scott.
You know, from 27 and minus 58, mine shows minus 32 to minus 64 right now. I don't think I could tell the difference.
Yeah, probably not.
You know, I mean,
it sounds better though. Where you're at.
It's not trust me, it's a competition. I don't want to win. All right, stations countdown here. We'll give you a countdown here in about 10 seconds here. Eric Sabowzik here, morning from the garage. Morning, Eric, down in the pier area here. All right, stations 7 across the board here. Top of the hour on, wait for it, Mark. 6 minutes of showtime.
All right.
Oh, man.
Oh, you got to know you're coughing.
Yeah, well, I should have a thermometer. I wish I had a thermometer. I do have a thermometer. I got this little light over here.
Yeah.
The temperature in the studio right now is 38 degrees.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not windy though, so you know it's a good 38.
Well, I got this little heater blowing the wind on me. It's funny. Like I can put my hand literally right in front of it, like within 6 inches, and I can't feel heat coming out of it. That's how cold it is out here.
Like a milk house heater or what?
Yeah, well, it's kind of sort of like one of those.
That's what I got in my. I'm down in my reloading / workout / live streaming / man room / exercise. Yeah, it's
I was wanting to put like a wood burner heater out here,
yeah.
and Jesse Flass says, "No, I don't do that because the insurance is going to go sky high." Well,
Oh yeah.
here's the thing though. Gene and Brenda still carry insurance on this damn house, so what the hell do I care?
Yeah, they're paying.
and I know he's listening right now. So.
Yeah, my dad was gonna put one. We hauled his heavy ass wood burner, him and my brother-in-law, and I on his deck one summer. And then I'm like, "What's the deal? Why don't you get the wood burner?" And that's what he said. The insurance. And he said, "Yeah, that." He said, "Screw that." So he got like the Big Buddy one, but it's a big one. They just them big white ones. I'm sure you've seen them in bars and shit. They just put it in the wall and hook it up to the natural gas.
Yeah,
it works awesome.
Those
though.
work
Shit,
good.
that's good.
Yeah, if you got to have a couple of I have one of those in my other entryway when we come in,
Mhm.
and that basically right now is heating the entryway, the kitchen, and a little bit of the dining room. That's the only thing that is helping the forced air furnace. My
Mhm.
forced air furnace has not shut off in over 24 hours. That's how uninsulated this house is.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
So this is why you see people that when they come across hunting, they're like, well, I think it should be traditional, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What's traditional? So if you're living like I'm traditional living in a house from 1919 and have the only thing is new siding and different windows, right? But
yeah.
what's traditional? Everybody has a different way of talking about tradition. Here's Jesse. Let's go there. Holy cow, it's noisy. You got a lot of road noise,
Windy.
buddy. Gee,
Windy.
Is there a lot of road noise?
like heavily.
Yeah, there is.
Wow. I'll just defend myself and get off then.
Defend yourself.
I
Okay.
never
As
told
long as you get
Oh.
off.
I never told you it was going to go way up.
You said it's more expensive.
It is more expensive, but it's like $50 a year.
Oh,
Shit, what? That's easily affordable.
yeah, Gene can afford that. It's happening then. I thought there was some.
I wouldn't put a regular wood burner in though. What a you gotta attend it constantly.
Yep.
Get yourself one of them pellet stoves.
Oh, good God. I have an unlimited supply of wood out here.
Yeah.
Unlimited
Yeah,
supply.
like you have time to cut and split firewood.
Well, it sure wouldn't hurt my physique any,
Well,
I'll tell you that.
You go down and help him, Jesse.
Yeah, we both got time for that. I didn't even get down there to cut a Christmas tree this year.
Here's the thing. If somebody wants to come out and hunt, I got a project for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you got to build fence. Here's a chainsaw and here's a freaking splitting maul.
my pickup thermometer did catch up to what the internet says. By the way, I do have 29
Well,
below on my pickup now.
so Jesse will be at the gun sale today. Jake Wagner's up there already. He went up last night. I'm sure JD's going
Hey.
to stop by and buy a couple of guns.
There it is. Did that get quieter now?
Yeah, it's better. Once you started talking
I had
when you
my-
first came on, holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, I had my defrost on get her done. So
Yeah, like Gene Cox says here, split firewood, you get elk access. I like it.
you get what?
You get access for elk hunting.
Oh yeah.
I like it. Coming up in the show, though, Wayne Muth's got a question here. We'll talk about this on the program. The question is, what's the coldest temperature you ever hunted? And I have stories about this because Jesse and I were just talking about this morning. So, yeah.
What is that
Absolutely.
light thing in your background there, over your back? Right? It looks like you got a Christmas light going off and on.
You talking about me?
Yeah, I was just turned on to YouTube here. I got it on mute.
This
Oh,
over
no, it's
here?
flickering.
That?
Yeah, there it went off and on. No, your other shoulder. Yeah, back there. There's like your door cracks open or something. There's light flickering
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah, goddamn sun's coming up.
Okay.
A really, really, really big light.
I'm just saying, there's trying to have a few things. Oh, no, what he's seeing is a reflection of the television right about
That's what it is.
there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you get your TV in your studio working again?
No, she's burnt out when we had that lightning storm a couple years ago when we had to get a new fridge and everything. That son of a gun blew up. So I got to get that taken out. I'm going to redo this whole thing. I'm going to actually take that old piano. It's going to be gone. Oh, Jesse, I got to let you go. We're starting in 10 seconds here.
Whatnot.
You bet. All right, stand by. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Nearly 2 decades strong and heard on great radio stations all across the country, like KCJB up in Minot, where I skinned my teeth on the radio business up in Minot. KLTC in the Western Edge in Dickinson, K-Fire 550, Bismarck, Mandan, Boyce in the Northern Plains, KOLY. We got somebody new sitting in for Karen here this morning. Thank you for being on in the Mobridge area. And KGFX, the capital city, Pierce, South Dakota. Good to have you along all across there. And for folks that watch on my YouTube channel, thank you so much. Have your friends subscribe so I can do more of this remotely, because I need I think it's 1,000 subscribers or something like that. So be aware of that. Coming up, this program, one of my new sponsors, and it's an updated thing all the time. Bowman Livestock Marketing reminds you, due to the temperatures, like right now here at the ranch, 32 below with a wind chill of 65 below zero is what it's showing right now. No, because of these temperatures, there's not going to be a sale in Bowman on this coming Monday with a regular day, January 15th. No sale Monday. They'll pick up again next Monday, January 22nd, with a stock cow special plus regular weigh-ups. If you have any questions or comments, you want to see any of the full market results, you can find them on Facebook or on the web at bowmanlivestockmarketing.com. Check them out, please. And they'll be glad to take some going on under new ownership. And a lot of people have found a lot of good sales there. So help yourself to that. Also brought to you by Freedom Repair, Mr. Lucas Kelly out of Dickinson, North Dakota. You want some information on fixing your tractors, your combines, your air seeders, all that kind of. Here's the thing. Since it's so cold, if you have a heated shop and you want somebody to come and work in your air seeder, now's the time to get them, because he would be more than happy to come work inside. No doubt about that. Coming up today on the program, Jamie Brecht, or do you just go by JD? Are you banned off of YouTube like you did on Facebook? I mean, are you banned on 7 different formats? You got to come up with different names all the time, or what's going on here?
I used to have to do that, Scott, but now that, Clay and I are trying to do this other thing, I gotta be nice. I gotta be nice and not get kicked off. So
Yeah.
Jamie, J, whatever you want to call me, just figured JD sounds better when I'm doing the live stream.
Big thanks. I'm just going to throw this out there. Elizabeth Walsh here. Thanks for subscribing to my channel this morning. I appreciate you joining the network of having fun here on Saturday mornings. One of the last radio shows that's live on the weekends, in and around the Dakota Territory. I mean, there's one other one, and Dan Cashman is the one that does that one. So one of the last ones, man. So
not only the last, but the best.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You bet. I mean
Thank
that.
you.
I'm not just brown nosing. I mean that. I've been listening to you for many years, Scott. It's a tradition I look forward to on Saturday mornings.
So the first time Jamie and I met, I was doing an afternoon show at a talk show, and it was in 2011. Big flooding going on throughout North and South Dakota, and we were discussing something political about the Army Corps of Engineers, and I said, we don't have time on the radio. Call me after the show. You did. I said, we need to just sit down and have a beer. So we did. We sat down and had a beer, and we've been friends ever since.
Yes, sir.
And
South Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, before they were anti-gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
and the thing about it is a lot of people, they're like, you're just gonna meet with somebody that called in on air and have a beer. I'm like, sure. What do I care?
Right. Right.
Well,
Yeah.
what if they're psycho? I'm like, have you met me?
Yeah, actually, you had. I think you pulled out like a bottle of apple pie or something there when I first got out of the vehicle, and we actually had a shot of it right there in the parking lot.
Well, you see, so when I meet people for the first time, or if you want to come and hunt here at the ranch and you have questions, maybe you just need access to some of the stuff, the federal land. My questioning is, let's go into the shop and talk about this. I want to know, right? So I wanted to get to know who you are. And back then, so Jesse Flath and I, we used to go around and find the old school. Remember the Germans used to have the old school recipes on how to make red eye?
Oh yeah.
and they all had different ones. And so we went around and we used to do wedding dances. We used to DJ wedding dances all over the place. And we would find these old ladies. And I mean, this was back in the 90s when those ladies were 90 years old. And they would share their recipes on how to make it or how to tone it down or how to make it last. And I still have bottles of it aging down in my basement. And it's good stuff, man. I mean, it really is good stuff. And I miss the old ways like that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's definitely some of the good old days stuff. That's the kind of good old days stuff I like. So you and Jesse, my question to you, you and Jesse, where do you think the best red eye was that you sampled, Scott, or which town?
The best red eye that I sampled that I got the recipe for was Zap, North Dakota.
Yeah, baby, Mercer County.
It was. This old lady came and she heard I was doing the wedding dance for a buddy, Russell Hummelvig, who says it's 31 to minus 31 down at his place. He said I was doing his wedding, and this lady came with an actual recipe card and gave it to me.
Awesome.
But the best advice I've ever gotten on the old school way of burning the sugar down and getting a 5-gallon bucket and doing it the old-fashioned way was from I shouldn't. They did not give me this information. I overheard this information in a bar in Kadoka, South Dakota.
I don't even know where that is.
I overheard these two guys discussing making red eye the old-fashioned way, right? Not any apple flavoring or nothing like that. It was like Everclear and burnt sugar, and there you go. And if you wanted to put, and they said put 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of vanilla extract into it, and that'll cut it down. So Gene Cox is a German or German. Well, if you're talking to my mom, it was definitely German. Right. Yeah. So.
Depends on how old a German is who says it. You know?
And we were just Jamie and I were discussing this. We're getting in this conversation because we were discussing the heritage. Everybody well, it's North or South Dakota or Montana heritage to hunt this way. It's our hunting heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Your heritage depends on how you were taught to hunt. Right?
Yeah.
So my way I was taught to hunt was open sights. All the way through. The first archery that I was introduced to was recurve bow. All right. That was my but it was hunting. If we were deer hunting, the heritage was getting 15 people together. 5 of you would sit on points on every finger of a draw, and the rest of you would walk through and scare the deer out, and you try to shoot them running. I don't like that heritage anymore. I don't care for that. I don't like that style of hunting, right? So things change just like it should.
That kind of heritage can get some bad shot placement too.
It's, in my mind, it's not ethical.
Right. I would agree. Yeah, I mean, there's more legs get blown off by walking draws or tree rows and trying to shoot something on the run than any other. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other ways either, but your chances of it happening are a lot less.
But then on the other hand, you can also have that same argument. I love to spot and stalk when I archery hunt.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm doing that the wrong way that some people don't like. They like sitting and waiting for the deer to come instead of going out and tracking them down. So all different ways of doing it. I say this, just like Keith Warren said way back in the day, just shut up and hunt.
Yeah.
Just do it. Right. Do whatever you want to do. It's okay.
I would, I definitely, when it comes to bow hunting, I definitely prefer spot and stalk. I like sitting quietly in your ground blind or tree stand bow hunting. I just don't have the patience for that. I think that's what I mean. Granted, when the animal comes in and it's kill time, hey, that is, I mean, my heart's beating big time, but I need everything leading up to that, which a lot of people enjoy that, Scott. They tell me, oh, I just love sitting there and listening to nature. And
so Jamie,
I'm just sitting
hold
there.
On. I'm going to do the interrupt. We're up against our break. We'll be back after
yes,
this.
Sir.
There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. Join the Schriefer family for their annual production sale Saturday, January 27th at the ranch north of Golden Valley, North Dakota. Selling 2-year-old Red Angus bulls, first cycle fancy registered bred heifers, and commercial open replacement heifers. Serving flesh keela at noon, sale time 2 p.m. Central Time. The Schriefer Red Angus annual production sale Saturday, January 27th at the ranch north of Golden Valley.
Cattlemen, do you want market-topping calves at sale time? You need predictable Charolais genetics from Sorority Charolais. Hi, this is Kaylee from Sorority Charolais Ranch. Our 41st annual bull sale is Friday, January 26th at the ranch west of Bowman. We are offering 60 performance-tested yearling Charolais bulls, free delivery up to 300 miles, and we'll feed them free till April 1st. Sorority Charolais, January 26th. You can follow us on Facebook and DV Auction. If you haven't tried a Sorority Charolais bull, ask a cattleman that has. He's the one with a big smile on sale day.
The 30th annual Top Cut Bull Sale is Saturday, January 27th at the 21 Angus Ranch, New England, North Dakota, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Selling 166 Top Cut bulls, including offerings from sires like KG Justified, Sit Stellar, and SAV Resource. Born and raised right at the ranch to give you well-mannered, extremely uniform, and deep-bodied genetics. Join the Wolf family for the 30th annual Top Cut Bull Sale, Saturday, January 27th at the ranch east of New England. For a sale book or to view sale videos, go to 21angus.com.
This is Todd with Rounds Angus of Union Center. We invite you to join us at the ranch Saturday, January 20th, 1 o'clock. We'll offer 35 yearling Black Angus bulls out of popular sires Spickler's Architect, SAV Abundance, Renown, B-Bar Black Mass, and Miller's Duke. All bulls are backed by a first breeding season guarantee. For catalog, visit roundsangusranch.com or call 605-347-0890. See you at the ranch January 20th, 1 o'clock for the Rounds Angus Bull Sale.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing because we understand the business of creating relationships is more than an interest rate. Agriculture is a foundation to the community, and we are here to help your operation expand, grow, and continue to the next generation. Talk to our ag lending team today.
Community looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Pfeiffer's Auction and Realty would like to invite you to their next land auction coming up on Thursday, January 18th. 160 acres and a separate 320 acres available in Burleigh County. On Wednesday, January 24th, 436 acres in Pembina County. And Thursday, January 25th, 70 acres in Eddy County and 1,511 acres available in Ransom County. For more information or to bid online, go to Pfeifers.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy. Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, everybody. It's Dakota Prairie Outdoors on the Saturday side of things, the Saturday edition. Don't forget, Bowman Livestock Marketing out of Bowman, North Dakota is not going to have their sale on Monday due to the forecasted temperatures. But they will have their next sale Monday, January 22nd with the stock cow special and plus the regular weigh-up sale. And don't forget, there's a lot of bull sales coming up around the corner, too. So if you want to check out their sale calendar, feel free to do that. And all of the market reports are on there, not only in written form, but in the audio version. Go to BowmanLivestockMarketing.com or find them on Facebook as well. Jamie Breck for Guns on the 701, the 701 Nation, all that kind of good stuff. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we have a lot of text messages about red eye and hunting.
Good. Perfect.
So the question first off, Wayne Moose says, what's the coldest temperature you guys have ever hunted? He said he shot a buck bow hunting. Wait a minute. Shot a buck bow hunting. I think that's illegal, Wayne. When the temperature was 26 below zero. We were young and dumb and a lot harder back then. So how about you, Jamie?
The coldest, hard for me to say, but I can tell you that last year for deer season, I think one morning my buddy Travis and I were heading out to the ground blind and our hunting shack, and it was, I think, 15 below zero.
Yeah. I think.
But, I mean, maybe I've been off coyote hunting and it was colder, but for whatever reason that sticks in my head. Maybe because it felt so dang cold that when we were driving my mule. Thank God we had a front windshield in the thing.
Yeah, the coldest I ever remember actually knowing what the temperature was hunting a coyote tournament. Jesse and I were hunting, and it was ambient temperature was 32 below zero.
No.
But him and I were talking about that this morning. There wasn't a lot of wind that day, and usually when it gets this cold, there's not that much wind. But today, here at the ranch, I mean, let's update the temperature. Yeah, we're still at 32 below with wind chill at 65 below right now, but the wind is like 20 to 30 mile an hour expected to be today. So it is just bitter out this way. But
yeah,
I think the coyotes came in a lot easier when it was that cold because they were that much hungrier.
Really?
And, they came in and not only that, but the sound carried forever. We called a coyote and it was over 2 miles away and it just kept on a straight line. It didn't try to circle around or nothing. It was one of
Was there snow on the ground too?
Yeah, there was snow on the ground. It was just one of the better days of hunting that I've ever had coyote hunting anyway. So that was nice. So there you go. Let's see here. Otherwise, hey, there's a world famous fishing tournament going on in Mobridge today, the big Mobridge ice fishing tournament. I've been there 2 times. The very first time I was invited down, that name will come to me. But that is back when Cedric Thiel was sponsoring my vehicle back then. And they said, just drive on, just come down this boat ramp, get on, it's going to look like it's a little slushy. Just drive through that and come on the river and come out here and you'll find us. And that was the scariest drive I've ever had. A lot of people do this every day of their life. They're ice fishing people.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not that guy to drive my vehicle on that ice. That was scary. Yeah,
I've always been kind of creeped out on driving on ice. I mean, I've ice fished many times, but I've always been maybe not creeped out somewhere, but uncomfortable with it. Yeah. And then you hear that ice crack and you can just hear it going way down the lake there. And I don't know, that's always bothered me.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But some people, they're pretty comfortable with it.
Oh yeah, they couldn't care. I work with a guy like that. I mean, he thinks 3 inches of ice is just fine. I'm like, you're nuts.
Well, he's got a good wife too there. So Gene Cox says somebody is actually fishing in these conditions, but the difference of fishing on a bucket out in the open compared to some of these like ice houses or lodges or ice castles, there's a lot of difference going on there.
Yeah, them ice castles are sweet, man. A couple of my friends have them. That's the way to ice fish right there, I think. Unless it's like, let's say like 25 degrees out and sunny and no wind, then sitting on a bucket would be fun actually.
I'm okay with the flip up ice shacks too, the flip over ones.
Yeah, the clams.
Yeah, we used to go, Jesse and I used to do a lot of northern spearing with those. We used to do that almost every weekend. So
yeah, I've never did that, but I have friends that have it. That actually looks pretty fun to me.
It's a good time. Yeah.
How many did you guys get any then? Was it pretty easy to get them, or was it? How do you bait them to come in there anyways?
Right. So this is what we did. You cut the hole in the ground, and we did. He had an ice auger, so I think we did like 2 holes wide and like 3 or 4 long, and cut that out of there, pull that chunk out, get all the ice, whatever you can out of it. Flip your clam over the top. He needed to start the propane heater immediately because I hate being cold. What we did is we put some the white, what are they, pinto beans or whatever. We spread those out and they drop down. And we usually try to get around 8 foot of water, especially around a point if you could find a contour point. And then you drop in. You just tie it up to the top of your shack and you drop it down in. It's just a I don't know, 8-9 inch decoy. Like, and as if you pull it up, the resistance against the water kind of makes it spin around in circles. And we just do that a little bit, let it float there, do it a couple more times, kind of pull the string, and then sometimes it took 45 minutes. It was kind of cool because, I mean, there was like perch that would come in and all these little tiny fish and all this kind of stuff. So it's like watching an aquarium if there is anything. But when the northerns finally showed up, you better be ready, because we would limit out. We might take 45 minutes for one northern to show up, but within 10 minutes we had our limit. It was quick and fast, man. Once they came in, they were there.
Awesome.
Yeah. We even took my wife one time, and she was like, and this was one of the longest times we had to wait. And we were sitting there and getting there and, working the decoy. And pretty soon when that first one came in, she was excited, man. I've never seen her that excited. It was good. It was great.
Did you get it then?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The only time we nicked one, and it just sat there and kind of spun in a circle, and then we just pulled our fork back up and jacked it again. So we never did miss one. I mean, but we also worked as a team, because if we seen a northern kind of slithering in there a little bit, we'd take turns who would be spearing. So if it was Jesse's turn to spear, I'd just grab that line and I'd slowly raise that decoy up, and those northerns would just stare at it and raise right about 2 feet off the surface, and he'd, you didn't have to throw it very hard, that's for sure.
So one of my buddies told me that he said he thought they had to sit there with the whatever fork or whatever we want to call it in the water instead of having it out and then jamming it through, because he thought some of them got away, like they'd hear it hit the water before. Or how did you guys just rest your fork like in the water a little bit, or did you just go straight down through without? We
rested it on the ice by our feet while we were drinking a beer, and it was. And then when we saw something come in, we didn't do any fast movements. I mean, we were slow. We'd put it into the water nice and easy and let her go from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It is a great time. I'd like to do it again, but I'm old enough to want to do it more comfortably. As anybody who's watching on YouTube this morning seen that I went and put a bigger jacket on, because it is, my temperature, it's up to 35 degrees in my studio this morning. So there you go.
Yeah, you buttoned it up too. I mean, that sucker's right around your neck. I was looking at you on YouTube.
Freezing.
I was laughing when you came back in and I seen you. I was like, man, it must be cold. He's got that sucker right around his neck.
I got for Christmas, I got Kenetrek pack boots, and I'm like, the next break, I'm probably going to go put those on.
I do have a pair of snowblowing boots I got years ago. A buddy of mine works at Red Wing in Minnesota, and I got, man, those things, I have never had my feet get cold in those. They're heavy. They're heavy as heck. You wouldn't want to walk real far in them, but as far as keeping you warm, speaking of ice fishing, I mean, if you're sitting on your bucket, that's what you'd probably want to wear doing that.
Yeah, no doubt. So Waylon says ice castles are not allowed out there this time. Gene says, in other news, schnapps sales are up this weekend. And a question, whatever happened to Ruger Smith?
Oh, Ruger's, yeah. So Todd's favorite, Ruger just got tired of trying to hide from the Facebook, and so I'll tell you real quick. The reason I did that, Scott, is because some leftists were trying to get my wife fired for stuff I was posting under my real name on Facebook.
Yep.
So I changed it to Ruger Smith, and I don't know, I got tired of doing that, and I was like, well, I guess they want to get my wife fired. We'll
deal with it later.
Go to court, and we'll go deal with that later, and we'll go to court with whoever fired her for something I said, and maybe we'll make $1 million. So
you could buy an ice castle and come down. We could go spearing. So there.
All right.
I'll
buy a couple ice castles, man. Heck, I'll just leave one there and stay by the house.
Crank one of those about 30 feet up in the air. Now you're talking. We'll have more coming up. Jamie and Brecht and myself will cover more, talking more hunting and guns and his new show coming up here after these messages. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. Join the Schriefer family for their annual production sale Saturday, January 27th at the ranch north of Golden Valley, North Dakota. Selling 2-year-old Red Angus bulls, first cycle fancy registered bred heifers, and commercial open replacement heifers. Serving Fleshkitla at noon, sale time 2 p.m. Central Time. The Schriefer Red Angus annual production sale Saturday, January 27th at the ranch north of Golden Valley.
Cattlemen, do you want market-topping calves at sale time? You need predictable Charolais genetics from Sorority Charolais. Hi, this is Kaylee from Sorority Charolais Ranch. Our 41st annual bull sale is Friday, January 26th at the ranch west of Bowman. We are offering 60 performance-tested yearling Charolais bulls. Free delivery up to 300 miles, and we'll feed them free till April 1st. Sorority Charolais, January 26th. You can follow us on Facebook and DV Auction. If you haven't tried a Sorority Charolais bull, ask a cattleman that has. He's the one with the big smile on sale day.
The 30th annual Top Cut Bull Sale is Saturday, January 27th at the 21 Angus Ranch, New England, North Dakota, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Selling 166 Top Cut bulls, including offerings from sires like KG Justified, Sit Stellar, and SAV Resource. Born and raised right at the ranch to give you well-mannered, extremely uniform, and deep-bodied genetics. Join the Wolf family for the 30th annual Top Cut Bull Sale, Saturday, January 27th at the ranch east of New England. For a sale book or to view sale videos, go to 21angus.com.
This is Todd with Rounds Angus of Union Center. We invite you to join us at the ranch Saturday, January 20th, 1 o'clock. We'll offer 35 yearling Black Angus bulls out of popular sires Spickler's Architect, SAV Abundance, Renown, B-Bar Black Mass, and Miller's Duke. All bulls are backed by a first breeding season guarantee. For catalog, visit roundsangusranch.com or call 605-347-0890. See you at the ranch January 20th, 1 o'clock for the Rounds Angus Bull Sale.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing because we understand the business of creating relationships is more than an interest rate. Agriculture is a foundation to the community, and we are here to help your operation expand, grow, and continue to the next generation. Talk to our ag lending team today.
Community looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Piper's Auction and Realty would like to invite you to their next land auction coming up on Thursday, January 18th. 160 acres and a separate 320 acres available in Burleigh County. On Wednesday, January 24th, 436 acres in Pembina County. And Thursday, January 25th, 70 acres in Eddy County and 1,511 acres available in Ransom County. For more information or to bid online, go to Pifers.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy. Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition as we keep it going here on I don't know. Some people say, well, it's pretty chilly outside today, but I think cold is the right word here. At the ranch here, 32 below with a wind chill of 65 below zero here this morning. I hope it's warmer. Now, I want to thank all of the power guys, any linemen out there, especially cooperative linemen, anybody that's dealing with fiber optic splices, cuts, and cables that you got to work with, all the farmers and ranchers, if they're dealing with cattle out there today, or anybody that is doing an outside job. Thank you so much for everything you do, and especially keeping things running when it's this cold and nasty out there. So thank you for that.
I'd like to thank the men and women working at the power stations and coal mines, so I can sit here, Scott, in my warm room and talk to you and turn the lights on, and that's appreciate those people every day, especially when it's bitter cold like this.
That's right. All of what we're doing today is powered by coal.
You bet.
100% natural.
Yep. Clean coal, even.
Clean coal. Absolutely. Big thanks to all those as well. My Levi Nelson, my brother Kurt works up in there, Sarah Flath, and a whole bunch of other folks that are doing that. We know them. That's part of our community. And absolutely. Yeah. Coal powered. Even those electric cars are coal powered. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think that every time I drive by the electric car charging station up here in Bismarck.
Oh, man. Okay, couple of text messages. It says, let's see here. I got mine and my dad's old recurves out to show my nephews and my niece, and we shot them. And the boy said, how could you hunt with those things? I just said, that's just the way it was back then, he said.
Yeah, that's what I grew up shooting. I think the first compound bow I seen was a Rambo one at Shields in Bismarck when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It actually said Rambo on it, like after the movie.
Yeah.
Me and my buddies, all we shot was recurves, and I never killed anything with it, but probably a rabbit or two. But I never deer hunted. I think I actually took it down to Raym once, Scott, Eglin's place.
Oh yeah,
because my mom used to be married to one of Craig's cousins there, and we went. I think I took a crack at a mule deer with it when it ended up being way short. But
well, I tell you what, it sure has changed, from technology and not only that, the arrows. I mean, I remember hunting with wooden arrows, and now it's all composite.
Yeah,
so
that's what mine were. You bet they were absolutely wooden arrows. Yeah, I'm sure they were real true too, right there.
Oh, I had ones that flew. I had depending on, I had like marks on the arrows, and I put them in a certain way, and that's the way. And then I aimed to like 2 feet to the right, so I knew, because that's how that arrow went. Yeah. Things have gotten a lot better.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I was just gonna say, remember you could buy them cheap, like they were red and green and like blue. Little, they were made out of like fiberglass, those bow and arrows.
Oh yeah.
I remember me and when I was growing up in Acres of Plenty, and my best friends there were the Billmans, and me and Leon and Tim. I'll just walk around and shoot stuff with those things all constantly.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. The first time I shot anything with a bow was a little bunny rabbit, and I was so excited, Jamie. I took it to my mom, and my mom whooped my butt so hard. Oh my. I never got a whooping like that from her ever again, because
she didn't like that, huh?
She did not care for that. Like, I could shoot a lot of things, but not a bunny rabbit.
Man, that was a buzzkill. You're on top of the world and you end up getting your rear end pound up.
and she was a small German lady, but her hands were huge.
Yeah, got the heavy hands. That's what I call it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see here. Gene says, what about propane? That's a fossil fuel. Absolutely. All of this natural, whether it's oil, propane, natural gas, or coal mining. Thank you, guys. JD, did you get the Rambo survival knife too that went with that bow?
I did have a Rambo knife. It wasn't the official, but it was I still remember it came in like a green box, and it just said survival knife on it. It was kind of like the green cam, like the Vietnam camel.
I still have mine.
Yeah. And I wore that thing, man. I was so proud of that thing, wearing it around Bardi Estates out there. It was a crappy knife, but I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Kind of like you thought about killing that rabbit. That's what I thought about my quote Rambo knife.
No, my Rambo knife, I still have that. I'm still into knife collecting, but I'm starting to get rid of them as I get older. At Brandings, if the kids do really good, I let them have choices on some of my knives, my old pocket knives here. Wayne says the first bow that he ever bought was a Bear whitetail from Kmart in the late 70s. I got home and realized it was a left-handed bow, so no archery specialist were available back then.
Oh, bummer.
Here's a cool little story. Did you know that Fred Bear used to come out here to the ranch and bow hunt?
No, I didn't know that. That is awesome.
Before he had a program or a TV show or any of that kind of stuff or articles, he used to come out. And my father-in-law has one of his that he was he said, you want to get into archery? He says, here you go. And it's a recurve bow of Fred Bear personal bow that he gave to my father-in-law.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
I'm curious, how did he ever end up out of Gene's place?
So this wasn't, Gene was still a kid. This was either Gene's dad or maybe the, Charlie Bam before that. Not sure. We don't know the story, how it came to be that way, but yeah, he used to come out here, I guess.
Awesome. No Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted didn't follow in Fred's steps and show up out there?
No, as far as I know, he didn't.
Didn't you say you met him once and he was kind of a weirdo?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah. But you got to remember that some of these guys, they only want to be on radio shows that they have heard of. And a lot of these national guys, they don't know who I am.
That's their loss, man.
And fair enough. I don't know who a lot of these national guys are either. I mean, so I'd rather talk to somebody like you than
agreed.
Tiffany Lukowski or anybody like that. So, all right, we got a story here. It's a cold story. Let the dog out when headed to do chores and went 30 feet, dropped like a rock, and rolled on her back with her feet in the air. I don't think she likes her first winter. So she's back inside listening to you lucky dog. Thanks, Rhonda. I had the same thing. My cow dog, this is the first winter, my little cow dog pup. But even my retired cow dog yesterday, we got out and we're going to head out to feed cows. And the first thing, they're lifting their feet up in the air like, and then they're limping, and then they just laid down and they're like, ouch.
Yeah, they don't like that.
So, it's,
so we did last night. I'm sure you did this or seen it, Scott. If nobody's ever done it, it's kind of neat to do. Get yourself some hot water or put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and go outside and just throw it straight in the air as high as you can. That'll just turn to powder. So it was actually it was my daughter's birthday party. Before I forget, happy birthday to my oldest baby girl. It's her birthday today, so she's 15, but we had a birthday party for her, and the kids, some of the kids never seen that. We did it, and they thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, you got to have somebody film it, and you got to put it on your 701 Nation short.
Yeah.
So
I got one. Like you said, when we're done here, I'm gonna show you how to do that, because I guarantee you'll be getting to your 1,000 subscribers on YouTube pretty quick.
All right, let's talk about this. So you were at Guns in the 701. So Clay's still running with that program with a gentleman by Mike Deacons out of Mitchell, South Dakota, if I remember right. And what are you branching off into now?
Well, so Guns in the 7 on the live stream for that, and if you heard it on Mitchell's show, Todd Mitchell in the morning every Friday.
No,
you've never heard that. Okay.
You got to remember, my program's on a lot of other stations, so I'm like bouncing around all like 15, 16 different ones in the morning over here.
Well, the good news is, Scott, you can actually catch that on iHeart on the podcast.
There you go. Okay.
But that's pretty much political, Second Amendment, of course. Talking about how the anti-gunners are always coming after your guns in different way. I mean, you never have never-ending supply of those people coming after our guns, and that's pretty much what Guns in the 701's about. And we go on Todd's show, which Deacons and Clay are doing a great job, and that was a great show on Friday. But I kind of wanted, I don't know, maybe I got a little burnt out on talking about it all the time, and just I just wanted to kind of branch out and talk more like guns and gear stuff, because I can talk guns, and hunting for that matter, but I love talking about guns and ammunition and that. And making the videos, I thoroughly enjoy making the shorts or doing gun reviews. Because actually our sponsor, Lauer Auto, he lives west of Amanda, and he's got a big gun range. Me and Dougie go out there, and he's got an endless supply of guns. So and I'm only going to do a live stream twice a month now. I had our first one Thursday, and my guest was Tyson Schwab. And we just talked about pretty much just straight mule deer hunting, because I love mule deer. And Tyson shot some absolute giants on there, but and Clay uploads that to podcast form as well. And I just got a new camera. You know, it ain't one of these highfalutin John Armin cameras, but it's definitely it's definitely an upgrade from me just doing stuff with my iPhone and my other cheesy handy cam I had, or my other camera. But yeah, it's basically going to be guns and gear, and I do talk hunting. You know, I'm not trying to take over your show, because I could never do that anyways. But it's just something I love doing, and I was just going to get away from guns in the 701 altogether. But you know, I put too much time and effort into it just to quit like that. And then Clay and Deacons are doing good on that part, and I feel like I'm going to do good with 701 Nation.
Yeah. Well, you guys got to take the number away. You know, there's a lot of listeners in the South Dakota side, so it's like 701 plus 605. You should do like 1,306 Nation. You know,
Well, Deacons is from South Dakota. I think he's from Mitchell. I think.
He's out of Mitchell.
Where he's at.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe Clay said he's not changing the name. It's too damn much work, and I agree. It is a lot of work doing all that stuff.
Gene the
But
Cock
yeah,
said, can you do a gun talk without mentioning a 223?
You mean God's cartridge? No, I can't. I love the 220. I'm actually, Scott, I'm gonna do it at one of my live streams here in the future under the history of the 223. And a lot of people think it's a wimpy cartridge, and compared to a lot of them, it is. But I just think it's a do-all. It's the tip of the spear of freedom, man. That's what our military is using. That and it's 7.62 by 5.1. But I
have a 223 with me every day.
Yeah, and ammo. The ammo is everywhere, right? The ammo supply. I mean, our military uses it. NATO uses it. 223 is abundant, and if you just want cheaper plinking, I mean, relatively cheap now because of these wars. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. You can take deer with it. You can defend yourself with it. You can go out and then spread freedom with it, freedom seed. So I love the 223, low recoil. And if my daughter gets her deer tag this fall, or my nephew, guess what they're going to shoot it with? 223.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I just got a text from Mark Schriefer Red Angus sale coming up Saturday, January 27th. I'll be doing my morning show from there. So see what Riley and Mark have to say. He sent me a picture. He's got mittens on the dashboard of his tractor. He said his first bow was his mom's recurve that he used in the Phi Ed class in Dickinson State when they were still the Savages, Dickinson Savages back then.
Mark Schriefer's mom was actually my second grade teacher in Halliday.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, Marlene, you bet. Yeah.
See how many people we know all of a sudden?
Yeah. I love going to school in Halliday. That was a fun year.
Maybe you should
show up.
Maybe you should show up for the bull sale. Come on in.
When is it again? Next 2 weeks.
Saturday the 27th.
I might actually be going up there and doing some night hunting with my dad's new neighbor up there, Tanner Dolbeck. He's got some sweet night hunting. The guy just hammers coyotes, and he invited me to go out and do a little bit of that with him. So I just might do that.
Absolutely, yeah. Get in and do that stuff. So
yeah, he's got some cool videos of it. I've used a couple of them, but I don't know. He's if he lets me use them, I'll do it. But if I'm going with him, I guarantee you I'll be using that video on the channel. So
yeah. Cheapest high power rifle to shoot, Eric says. Eric says also happy birthday to your daughter.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's people like some of the rounds. Like my father-in-law is a 300 guy, right? If you're going to shoot in a big game, you got to have a 300. Got to be.
Coincidentally, he bought one from me.
Yeah, he bought that one. I think he shot his antelope with it this year. So
awesome.
But it's got to be the 300, right? If
you're
going elk hunting, got to have the 300. And I think it's all about a lot of it's shot placement.
I think that's most of it.
I think a lot of it's shot placement.
Yeah.
But I've taken a deer with a 223 before.
Yeah.
Easily.
I've done it and I've seen it done. And guess what, Scott? They die just about as quick as if you shoot them with a 308 or a 3. I mean, I've seen deer get away from people they've hit with a 300 because of bad shots.
Yep.
7mm ultra mags. It's just. I'm not saying they lived, but they didn't drop them right there. Or the deer didn't fall over. I mean, you can hit a deer in the heart, and the damn thing is going to run 100 yards anyways, just on pure adrenaline. But
yeah,
So yeah, I've no problem inside of 200 yards. I have no problem. I've actually tested some 223 deer hunting rounds that I loaded up, and man, they did pretty good. We actually got some ballistics gel, like I was telling you. My buddy Doug out at his place, he's got the ballistics gel in the molds, and it's fun. I dig doing them ballistics gel things. It's pretty cool.
Gene says, General Patton says the Garand was the greatest battle implement ever devised, the 30-06. Never said anything about the 223. Now, I have a Springfield 1903 30-06 cartridge, old-fashioned. That was my first deer rifle. Got my first deer. I got a lot of deer with that rifle with the flip-up, you roll up the sights.
Yep.
I love that rifle. I absolutely loved it. It was loud as heck, and that's probably where my tinnitus started to come in from. But but that is true. The 30-06 was a pretty good rifle too, and a lot of snipers.
Yeah.
A lot of snipers.
I was just gonna say, guess what, Scott? Weapon of war. You know, they're always talking about banning weapons of war. Well, it's the old 30-06. That was hammered.
Everything in my gun case is a weapon of war if it wants to be.
Yep. Yeah. Your bow is too. I mean, your fist. You can go back to anything. Well, we made Todd Mitchell at Clay and I come up with the idea of the weapon, original assault weapon. It's a big chunk of coal with the 30-round magazine stuck in it and a buttstock. And we put it on Todd's shirt for him. So.
Wayne says his wife, Judy's rifle of choice was the 300 Win Mag for many years. Little gal, big rifle.
Yeah. I don't have nothing against anything like that. I shoot so much that I had a 300. And I got tired of getting my shoulder beat to hell, so I sold it. But yeah, I have no problem with. I mean, no problem whatsoever. I like the 300's badass. I mean, if I could have just one, if I didn't have any shoulder problems, and somebody said you can only have one gun to hunt with, it would probably be a 7mm mag.
Really interesting.
Yep.
So Riley says Browning BAR baby is what he's going at.
Yeah, awesome. Love Brownings.
Yeah,
I've shot some BARs.
Like Gene Cox says, to be fair, Patton was gone before the 223 was invented.
I was thinking of that when he said it. I was like, yeah, 223 wasn't invented until I think 56 or something.
Yeah. So if you had one rifle all around, whether you're shooting prairie dogs or shooting elk, what would the one round be? Would it be the 7M?
The government just says
you get one gun.
Without any health restrictions, you're saying, yeah, I would take a 7mm mag, but if the government said you can only have one rifle for everything for the rest of your life, and I actually followed their law, I would take an AR-15 chambered in 5.56/223.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, because AR, I can fix anything on an AR. I can build an AR. There's parts are everywhere for them. I mean, something breaks on your bolt on your 300 Win Mag. Where you think you're just going to go around and find a part somewhere for it and put it on? No, you're not. AR-15, you can build anything, fix it. I can. Most people can if they put their mind to it a little bit. And so, yeah, for sure. If the one round, one rifle thing for me, like I said, 5.56 and AR-15.
Yeah, if you're looking at it, as technical as you are right now with parts, and are you going to be able to find ammo for it and the whole works?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be hard for me. That's a hard one for me because I really like my 270. I love that rifle.
Well,
I
love
like, but
270.
I like my 6.5. I like my 22 250. I love my 28 Nosler. I'd like to try a 26 Nosler someday. I'd love to find one of those, but I at this point I'm unsure where I'd have to be on that.
It'd be a tough one. I mean, there's so many new cartridges coming out, 6.5 PRC, 7mm, all those things like that. I mean, I've shot my neighbor's dad's a 6.5. I think it's a 6.5 PRC, and man, that is awesome, man. I love that, but I thought it would kick more than it did. I mean, granted, it was suppressed, which sucks up. A lot of people don't know that a suppressor sucks up tons of recoil, but yeah, there's a lot of cool cartridges out there. I don't know if we're getting to the end of how they can develop more stuff. I think they've almost got to I'm waiting for my laser gun, man. When are we getting those?
You just wait. There's all kinds of stuff they're going to come out with. I mean, every year there's new cartridges. Look what the 6.5 went from. 6.5 Creed. True. Now it's the PRC, and they got all. I mean, anyway, we're up against the end of the program. Jamie, you can find them at 701 Nation on. Yep. That's not Twitter anymore. What's it called now?
X. Facebook. Right. I mean, I'm still associated with guns in the 701. So anywhere you find guns in the 701, you'll find me.
All right, sounds good. Have yourself a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm, eat some meat, drink some milk, and wear wool and fur. All right, we'll give them a little time for the stations to make sure that they're completely off air. Gonna wait until at least 7:55. There we go. Let's see. 29 below and 63 below on the res where Clay's at. Mike says, North Dakota Mike says 270 for me. I shot a lot of animals, my 270. I really did.
Man, my buddy shoots a 270, and that thing absolutely kicks ass on game.
So I'm with you on the AR, except I want to be suppressed. And I don't care to clean an AR as much as you need to when you're running suppressed. If they could figure if they could figure a way out to make it so it wouldn't be get your so dirty so quickly.
They are actually making AR specific suppressors. I can't remember which company it is, but it was specifically for what you're talking about, that blowback. I mean, because you know what it is. You'll shoot and look at your magazine, and I mean, it'll be 10 rounds deep. It'll be your rounds will be.
After a while, look at your fingers.
Yeah, that's definitely But hey, you know what? Get yourself a Ruger American or something that takes AR mags and 223. And I got mine, and that's why I had it out of your place shooting prairie dogs out of your pickup there.
I think, I don't know. I think I'd like to stick. So if I always wanted to be my dad was a sniper in the military. That's what I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
I like to getting all camoed up or covered up and trying to see how close you can get. And if you have to, how far you can shoot.
Right.
I like both of that. I really do.
Yeah.
So I think I'd have to go with maybe.
You're a closet 308 guy then.
I've never had one of those. Maybe I should try one.
Yeah, I mean, just do a good go with that Grant 6.5 Creed, man. That's the ballistics are better past up to 500. There ain't much difference, but past that, man, I think.
The BC is what really helps that cartridge. But One Shot Cap says, "Don't have a windmill, JD."
I don't get it.
I don't either. Don't have a windmill.
Well, Cap, send another message.
Yeah, he'll explain that. He'll explain that one. But holy shit, am I cold? It dropped. It is 25 degrees in here right now.
Man, yeah, because you started the show out with me. It was 37.
Yeah, as the sun came up, it dropped like crazy in here. Holy moly! The wind's picking up. That's why.
Oh yeah, wonderful, wonderful. What time is that gun auction starting? Jesse's going to.
Well, we'll ask him just like that. Jesse, what time?
Noon o'clock.
Is that mountain time?
On the spot, man.
Is that mountain time? God. Now the doors open at 10 for preview. Auction starts at noon. 226 guns or something like that. It'll be about 4:30 till it's over.
What does that compare with for last year's amount of guns, Jesse? How many they had
last year? As far as for the sale?
Yeah.
Most of his sales, he tries to keep around between 200 and 230 guns, because otherwise it gets way over 4 hours and it's just too long. Yeah. So he's had so many guys calling him that he actually has another one lined up for March. And from what I'm hearing, there might be a late April one as well. Because there's another gentleman up by Washburn or somewhere that passed away, and his family's looking to sell theirs, and he's got 100 guns himself. So it's comparable. Most of his gun auctions are around that 200 mark, give or take.
Okay. Oh, if you do that, and then when you get when that's over with, you can swing into Heber, and they got a big buck contest there tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not on his way home at all.
Well, you can kind of backtrack a little bit. You can go there and drive back roads up and hit 200 and drive back to Hazen.
Yeah, it's only like 15 miles out of the way if I go interstate.
Well, if you're going to do that, you might as well go down to Flasher and go to their big buck contest then.
Is that tonight too?
I think they called it off.
Oh,
there you go.
Like all the coyote tournaments except Baker has called off their coyote tournament this weekend.
I mean, you'd think.
Boys, let me tell you, Highway 83 is littered with gelled up vehicles.
Whoa, man, I bet.
I was going to call in during the main show and give a PSA of diesel number 1 and diesel number 2 will not mix in this temperature unless you get your vehicle into a heated garage.
Well, guess what? My NIPCO is kicking on in 8 seconds, and that number 1, it may be red, but it is number 1. And I only had I had less than a quarter tank in there, so I hope it's gonna work for me. But I had the other one.
When you have these temperatures, you got to do what you got to do.
You have to, yeah.
So you'd think, like as you said, they called off that buck contest. I would think I'm leaving that running because people got nothing better doing it's balls ass cold except go to a big buck contest at night.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't want to have people driving this type of shit because it only take one time, and you got one person that gets froze out and gets.
Oh, Mr. Safety right away.
When you live where I am, yeah, damn right. I'm going
out. Because you go in the ditch.
I'm going out tonight.
But you go in the ditch up at your place, Scott, and your vehicle breaks down and quits running. You've got what? An hour before it's outside temperature inside your vehicle, and you probably aren't going to have anybody drive by you for 3 days.
Yeah,
that
is true.
To save you.
Yeah.
Where are you going tonight?
Well, hold on. First off, Wayne says, "Where's the gun auction and when does it start?" He wants to know.
It is at the AMVETS, and it starts at noon. The actual auction starts at noon.
Is that the AMVETS in Hazen?
Come on now.
Well, you got to be specific. It's no different than these guys that are doing these coyote tournaments. Hey, the 14th annual something coyote tournament's coming up on this day, and they don't put a town, they don't put where or what state or nothing. It's like, well, how the hell are we supposed to know who that guy is? There you go.
Bismarck AMVETS at noon. It is a block west and a block south of Big Boy.
Big Boy.
The address is whatever the hell it is. I don't know addresses.
That's nice.
Wolf Auctioneer, sponsored by Frontier Assurance.
No, they're not. They're not sponsored on anything on this program. He hasn't stepped up yet.
Come on, Shane.
Come on, Paula. Come on, Paula.
Yeah. I think Paula spent her moldy money.
What the heck?
Yeah. No, I know Jake's heading up that way to get that taken care of and buy some more guns.
Man,
by the way, the reason I called in, my, and I don't even own one, but my possible pick for my one gun, if I was allowed to have it, and I don't even have one of these, is probably a 30-06. And here's why. The 30-06 and the way it's designed and the twist of the factory barrel, you can shoot all the way down to like a 90 grain bullet all the way up to about a 200 grain bullet, and it'll still shoot decent. So as far as having to use it on all sorts of different things, I think that it's still one of the most versatile rounds out there if you reload or are able to get those different weights of bullets. Mm-hmm. But it's actually one that I don't have. I've never had one.
Could the same argument be made on that, Jesse, with the 25-06?
No.
Okay.
They don't have as many 25 caliber bullets available.
Bullet availability for a 25 is very, very limited. And like, for instance, my 25-06 that I have, I believe that's got a 1 in 10 twist. And if I get much over about 110 grain bullet, it doesn't stabilize it very good. I bought 120 grain bullets when we went down hog hunting, and it did not like them. I could maybe get a 2-inch group at 100. And when I shot my 100 grain rounds out of it, I could put 5 rounds in a nickel. I mean, 3/4 inch group, no problem. So just that extra 20 grains, that gun did not like it.
Yeah.
It's very picky on the weight. And as far as 25 caliber bullets, there's just not a lot of them out there.
Okay.
And that's the problem with like a 243. 243 is my other possible pick, but a factory 243 gun, if you get much over 100 grain bullet on a factory twist, it will not group. They're made for like a 58 grain to 100 grain. If you want to shoot a heavier bullet, you've got to get a fast twist barrel or buy yourself a 6 Creedmoor, and then you can go up to about 120 grain bullet out of a 6 Creedmoor.
Yeah, like usually when people hunt with 243s, I see them. It's either like the Hornady American Whitetail or the Power Shock 95 grain.
95s or 100s. Yep, that's what they were designed for.
Yep.
Wayne says,
Absolutely.
Wayne asked if you guys ever use a 30-06 Sabo rounds, 55 grain bullet with the 40, 50, 4,000 feet per second.
Yeah, they got like a little thing that wraps around the bullet.
Yeah.
The small,
yes, that was a Remington round. That was a Remington round. I never used that out of a 30-06 lane, but I did use that out of a lever action Winchester Model 94 30-30 of my dad's. They actually made a 30-30 round with that. It was called, AccuSpeed or something like that. And it was a Remington round, factory round with the 55 grain, 22 caliber bullet with some sort of plastic polymer sabot around it.
Exactly.
And they were wild. I remember using those in high school, farting around. I don't know how accurate they were. That or it was just me, open sight, lever action gun. It was a little sketchy in the first place.
That'd be fun to do an accuracy test with that.
How about the 7mm08?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
That's a good round. You know, I think that's underappreciated. It was big for a little while. It kind of disappeared a little bit. I think basically it's a 243 necked out or 30 or 308 necked down. Youth gun, women's gun, recoil sensitive, you know, old bastards like Jamie with bad shoulders. That's good around for them.
Well, here's Dan Brown says, how accelerated in several different 39 or 30 calibers. Accelerator in different
there you
calibers.
go.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. That's what it was called. Accelerator rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's dad, Riney Mossett, had those for his 30-06. I want to say they were like 80 grains in his or something, but yeah. Old Vietnam vet, big 30-06, man. Hated 223s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, them guys, they were the first military people that got handed to them, and they had they didn't know how to maintain them, and they had all kinds of issues, and yeah, they did hate them.
Once they chromed the bolts in the chambers, then they were good. But yeah, before that, they were shit. Wrong.
You got to, it was so easy to take apart a bolt action 1903 model and clean it very quickly and put it back together. And, there's no doubt that they all had their place in it. No.
Yeah. Well, Carlos Hathcock and the other guy there, the snipers in Vietnam, the two big guys, one started out with the 30-06 and they both ended up with like the Remington 308. Can't remember the designation of the rifle, but wood stocks, wood hunting rifle.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, if you really want to do weapons of war, we better get away from archery equipment and let's see, swords and slingshots,
rocks, sharpened sticks.
Yeah. Nunchucks.
Yeah. Just musket. How many hundreds of thousands died of the muskets over the wars?
Crazy. What's crazy is thinking about going to war with a musket. No rifling, no nothing. You're literally 10 yards away from each other, lined up, shooting each other in the face, and half of you missed.
Yeah. And then sit there and see who can reload quicker.
Yeah. All right, get in the back of the line. Next line, step up. It's oh shit, those guys. That's war.
It's crazy to think about. Yeah.
You'd think them generals would have been like, you know what? Screw this. Let's just hide in the trees and they come by. Let's light them up. Who cares how fair it is? They had their chivalry in war.
Yeah. I wish there was more chivalry in the world still.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Jesse's words. He's at a destination there, it sounded like. He'd already spit out the door or something.
Here's another situation that I just ran into with cold weather sitting in the parking lot at Shields. So I run my pickup tire pressures just above where the pickup will go off and tell me my tires are too low.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I come out of a 45, 50-degree garage and immediately started driving, drove down here to Bismarck. Now I've been sitting in this parking lot for about 10 minutes, and the temperature has already lowered my tire pressure enough to where my pickup just told me all 4 of my tires are flat.
Oh, man, that is annoying as hell. I hate that. Yep. Or if you
well.
park outside and you come out and you start your vehicle, then your check engine light comes on. There's nothing wrong with it, but that damn check engine light comes on no matter whether your brake malfunction or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, boys, I'm going to go return some coats that I bought online and head over to the auction. We'll maybe see you there, Jamie.
Yep. Sounds good, Jesse. Try to see you later, buddy.
All right. Catch you guys later.
You bet.
You bet.
All right, Gene says 307. Yes, 307 was Winchester introduced a rimmed equivalent for the 308 in the lever action line in the early 80s.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That'll be damn.
I've never came across a 307. I've definitely read about them and seen stuff about them, but
Here's what I want. I don't think I need it, but I want a lever action 357. And I went to Runnings and I was like, ouch, that's expensive. Plus the guy at Runnings was an ass to me. And I was going to buy it, but he was such a dick. I was like, no, I can't bring myself to do that.
Runnings in Bismarck or Dickinson?
It was in Dickinson.
Okay.
And he was just an ass.
Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody does that, why would you want to buy
Yeah.
that?
So I got to go on here. I got to.
You know what they made? What I've always I'm probably not ever going to get one unless I run into some, FU money is, who's the lever action company? It's escaped me right now. They make the nice smooth lever. Henry, they make that long Ranger in the 223. It takes a detachable mag. I've always kind of liked those things, and I've seen tests. They seem like they shoot lights out too. And I mean, they make it in the 6.5 Creed, and that I think that'd be a pretty awesome hunting rifle. And Creed actually real light, and you get your scope on there, and you got your. I always like having backup iron sights on my stuff. Whatever reason, that's not that I've ever, used them that I needed to, but you pop it off on the range and have some fun. But I don't know. I always thought they were cool.
I'm not a Henry fan.
For what reason?
Seems like the Henry, especially the 17 HMR lever actions, had a lot of issues. The firing pin, something always happened. Everybody that I've talked to that had maybe it was just the NRA ones, but everybody that got one from the NRA banquets over the years had issues with them. And that kind of makes me a little bit worried about it a little bit. So I don't know.
Okay. So before I forget, that gun auction, you bought that gun there last year.
Yep.
What was that, a 6mm?
No, it's just another 6.5 Creed. And here's the damn thing about it. So at the Baker event, I won a brand new Christensen Arms 338 Lapua.
Damn.
And I bring it home and I open up my gun safe and I'm like, what the hell is this gun? Oh shit, that's a 6.5 I bought last year at this time.
Oh no.
So I'm going to sell my 338 Lapua if anybody's interested, and I'm going to put that money into getting the 6.5 scoped up and ready to go, so it's a little bit lighter coyote rifle for myself.
Yeah, because you had the carbon fiber barrel on that, right?
Yeah. So I have not set that one up at all, but I'd still like the reason I want my 357 lever action is because I need something in my pickup I can get out real quick without having scopes or suppressor on it or any of that stuff. I'd still like a suppressor, but or what?
Well, once you get your deal all scoped up there at 6.5 and you come back to Bismarck, put aside about an hour and a half. If it's half nice out, we'll go to Dougie's and we'll do a 701 Nation DPO gun test there because you can shoot out shit 1,800 yards of Doug's on steel if you want. So
yeah, cool. Yeah, I can.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love to see that thing in action.
Yeah. No,
I remember you handed that to me and I was like, God, this thing's light and the bowl was nice and smooth. Savage, right?
I can't even remember.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think you got it for like 500 less than you could buy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had a screaming deal on it, I thought, and it was brand new. It was never shot.
And it takes like a 10-round detachable too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that thing would be sweet.
Yeah, that's going to be my coyote rifle. Coyote rifle is what I was going to use it for, and then I forgot it was even in there.
Well, there you go. Get that Lapua sold and get that thing decked out and ready to rock. What are you going to put on it for a scope? The Burris?
Oh, absolutely. I'll Burris that thing up. I'm probably going to get with the Burris 4 that came out now.
They make a new one.
Yeah, I'm going to get that one probably, and let's see here. Oh, they got a couple 50 cals. I'm trying to see if they got a 357 lever action for you to bid on it for me. Because if I tell Jesse to bid on it for me, then he's going to go like $500 higher than I want, just because need somebody sneaking in the backside.
Oh yeah, I just say, hey Shane, look what I got for you. I got some extra
Yeah,
cash.
extra cash. Yeah, I got something for you. Just-
Oh,
but I haven't
so
seen anything just yet that.
Are you seeing a lot of coyotes down your area?
Oh,
this
good
year,
God!
Scott?
Especially, oh, here we go. Oh, that's a pistol. Yeah, the coyotes are every goddamn place. Especially now we got a dusting of snow in this cold weather. They're moving
Mhm.
around like crazy. Yesterday, I shot 2 of them, just in my bred heifer pasture here.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The neighbor guy Tanner there, he sent me a picture. And where'd you get those? And right off my porch, like I did the last 2 out of. Like I said, he sent me a video of that. Man, he's got. I think it's Pulsar, his night vision.
Yep.
And
That's what
that
I
was
want to. I want to try to get a upgrade to a Pulsar sight mark. Yep.
oh my God! I mean, at like 275, you can see the range on there, and he was looking. I mean, you could tell what it was. It was crazy, and pitch black. That stuff. He said he can see from his place out like into our big pasture, which I mean, shit, that's a mile out. He goes, I can see the heat. He said, I can't tell what they are at that range, but he goes, I can definitely tell there's animals out
Oh,
there.
and yeah. I'm having a little issue with my ATN right now. It doesn't charge fully. It only charges like halfway. And I don't know if that's do I have to upload some more firmware on it or something? I haven't talked to ATN yet. I got to get a hold of them.
Yeah, so some people say that ATN stuff's not very good. What's your opinion about it? 'Cause I'd have no idea.
It's good entry level. You know,
Okay.
I mean,
Does the job.
here's the problem. The reason I went with ATN is because at the time I needed one, Pulsar didn't have any. They couldn't get them for like a year, and I needed it right damn now.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I went with ATN.
So like, why compared to a Pulsar? What would be different? Like just the clarity of stuff and range, or
I
what?
think just the overall quality is what I heard is just better. I have not shot a Pulsar, so I don't know. I would like one. I would definitely like one. I was there. Shit, I was one of their field reps forever. And I said, well, I want one of these. And they're like, we can't get that. I'm like, but I'm a field rep. They're like, yeah, we can't get them for the field reps either. It's going to be like,
oh my.
I was like, well, I
Yeah.
need one right now. And they couldn't get it to me. So I said, take your field rep and throw it up your ass. I got to get something to shoot coyotes because I needed something.
Yeah, no kidding. What
Yeah.
the hell?
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah, I
good
don't
to
see
know. Yeah,
anything. I don't see anything at the auction that's going to be 357 lever.
Yeah,
No.
Didn't Jesse bring one of them out to that NRA thing we went to at Ole's place? He had a 357 lever action, didn't he?
I had a 4570 lever. I don't know if he had the 357 or not. I think it was a
Or maybe-
44 mag.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have my 30-30 and we were shooting them bowling pins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we had that Tanner, right? Remember we put that log on it? That sucker must have went 300 yards, and there's a video of that somewhere. I know that. Holy man, he thought that was the greatest thing.
Oh,
he
gee,
ever seen.
I seen Ole last weekend in Belfield at the Sportsman's Club thing, and he still talks about that shit. Remember you out here blowing shit up?
Yeah, you guys had Clay brought that 50 down. Remember that gill break? I think you shot it standing up, and then he had a bunch of stuff on his tailgate and he blew it off there, and he was laughing at that. Oh, that was a cool place. Is that place still open out there? Is that a thing yet?
Oh yeah. You bet.
What's that called again?
Buffalo Gap.
Buffalo Gap. Yeah, that was cool. That's a cool place.
Yeah. He has a hard time getting help in the summertime, of course. Because all the foreigners go to the foundation, and he is not part of the foundation. So he is it would be an H-2A worker technically, and so he has a hard time getting that because the foundation, they get first and foremost because there's only so many allowed now, and you know we can
Joe let them all in.
We can open up the southern border and just let shit come in, but when it comes from people that actually truly want to work. There's a limit. Yeah, there's a limit.
Yeah, that'll piss you. Yeah, just get going on that. That's boy, that gets me chapped thinking of that. But yeah, I imagine. I mean, you can't give people to work here in Bismarck and at a, I guess, normal job, whatever you want to compare to working at a place like that. So I imagine that'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah, trouble getting them out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a I'm lucky I have a lady that does a little day labor for me, and she enjoys helping me,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. But
Yeah.
it's tough. I'd love to have. I wish I could afford somebody more of a full part-time type of thing.
Yep.
Like if they could come out 2 or 3 days a week and just do a little odds and ends. But in the wintertime, it's tough. Like right now, I'll go out and feed cows, and I'm done for the day. I don't have a heated shop. Hell with that.
Yeah, I saw that on your video you had the other day.
Yeah. So if I could get that little shop spray foamed, then I could find projects,
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
and
For sure.
or even if I could get the bigger shop spray foamed and get all the Gene stuff out of there, I could work on big projects. I could bring my baler in and start going through that, and going through check bearings on that before. And,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stuff a guy could get done in the wintertime.
So what do? You feed your livestock and you just go ahead into the saloon, or what?
Well, I feed livestock and I come in and fucking put 3 electric blankets on myself because the goddamn house is, I could stay about as warm out in the shop with my Nipco heater on me as I can in the house here.
You need to get a scarf.
I do. I have a wild rag when I go outside.
Dude,
I got one. Oh,
it's
yeah.
light in there, man. Oh, that's lit up in there now. I haven't looked at the YouTube and all. Yeah, you got it lit up in there at least.
See? No lights on the ceiling.
No. Oh, that's the same wood that my grandma's old place had out there on her deck.
The old
patio.
beadboard, I think they call it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there just used to be just a covered porch, this whole front over here used to just be open. Maybe some posts on it or whatnot. And, yeah.
Yep.
They enclosed it up to help out. And so I don't know. I think Jesse, if I can get, I don't know where I'd stick the wood burning stove. I don't know if a guy can. What I'd like to do is put it on the opposite end and just run take one of the windows out and run the chimney out through the window and up.
Yeah.
Is what
Then
I'd
you
like to
seal
do.
everything else around there.
Yeah, because we don't
get a
need
fan behind it, blowing that heat around.
Damn right.
Yeah. Yeah, for $50 a year. Shit, I thought it would be more than that too.
Yeah.
But for that, I mean, that's peanuts to keep you warm.
Yeah. Pellet stove. I don't know about that shit, man. That's
like you said, you got all kinds of wood around there. I mean, instead of having it rot, you might as well burn it.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
you sit right in front of there and have your Pendleton and stare out the window.
Yeah. Stare at the window and
Have your morning apple cider shot.
Ooh,
That apple juice you gave me.
yeah. My wife does the apple cider vinegar shit.
Oh, I did that for a while too,
Yeah.
but I didn't notice it was doing anything.
Oh,
so I quit.
God, it's tasty. It just tastes so bad.
Yeah, it does.
I gotta let you go, man. I'm so fucking cold right now. My feet are blue.
Well, I tell you what, let's get off of here, and you call me, and let's get you doing these. It's only gonna take a few minutes. We'll get you doing them shorts on YouTube.
Well, you stay on, then I'll just get out of YouTube. Thanks, YouTube guys.
Yep.
We'll see you guys later.
See you guys.